Okay, good morning everyone. Hope so everyone is doing great and healthy. After so long we are starting our current affairs series again, and we will discuss a lot of important article. Yes, in last few weeks there are a lot of article, lot of news buzz which is going on. जैसे कि some of the articles are related to Bangladesh. Obviously Bangladesh is burning, a Hindu conflict is going on. Then again recently Assam may also some of the tribal people, they are not happy with the government and government policies. They are asking their rights. There is a particularly violence which is going on. Then a lot of international and national initiatives has been taken. A lot of actually international organizations are there, of which India has taken the chairmanship. For example, India has been elected as a chairman of ICAO, that is the International Civil Aviation Organization. Then India has already and also concluded the second traditional medicine conclave or conference in India itself, which is actually organized by WHO and India. India has basically taken the chairmanship of UNESCO Executive Council also. So lot of international organizations are there. Lot of current affair series are current affair things are going on. We will going to start with all the current affair. We will make sure ki whatever we have missed in one of last current affair, like because there were not any classes which were going on of the current affair. So what we will do, I will make sure that ki all those articles which were important in last few weeks, that is also basically included in the series. Chaliye, let us start with the basically current affairs. Very good morning beta Milana. I was missing your good morning from last few weeks. Chaliye. So first of all, okay, one more thing which is not mentioned here in the article, but it is related to Agniveers. Who are Agniveers? The government has came up with the short-term military services. That is known as Agnipath, and under which Agniveers are basically recruited in your armed services. But that is a short-term services, because of which many of people, they are not happy with it, because only 25 to 30% of these Agniveers are filtered and taken to the advanced military services. But rest of the 70%, they are facing these kind of negligence. Ki what we will do after the 4 years, how we the peak years of our particularly age, that is 21 to 25 or 26, we are part of Agniveer. So what will be our, like, that is the concern of the Agniveers under the Agnipath scheme, who are getting recruited in the scheme. So government has said that the Agniveer who are getting retired after 4 years of services, vacancies or the reservation will be given to them in your Central Armed Police Forces. Means the Central Armed Police Forces, CISF, CRPF, and all the basically NSG, every particularly services which are part of your Central Armed Police Force services, there will be a special reservation for all basically Agniveer. So this is the plus thing which government has did to basically to these Agniveer. Plus Agniveer and your Central Armed Police Forces becomes very important this year, specifically CISF, that is your Central Industrial Services Forces, Security Forces. So CISF, why it is in news? Because the number of seats have been increased in CISF. Second, CISF for the first time, they have also been recruited, or they will now posted in your ports also. What is CISF? CISF is an organization, it's a military organization which is actually specifically recruited in the area which is in the industries or in the areas which are very important from from the country perspective. Like your any of the important nuclear power plant. Outside the nuclear power plant, the particularly forces which are providing security to such kind of construction in the country is your CISF. Plus CISF is also working in Delhi Metro. Delhi Metro mein, what if you have visited any, like any of your, in any, if you're not staying in Delhi and you have visited Delhi any time and you have taken the metro, you must have realized there are some forces people which are present on the exit gate of the metro. If you are entering the metro, there is a proper security checkup is going on, and the responsible force for that security is your CISF, that is Central Industrial Security Force. So now CISF will also be recruited on basically the port side. So from here, these services, these forces, Central Armed Police Forces and your Agniveer, Agniveers were also in news because some of the Agniveer newly posted in Siachen, they have also died. 21, 22 years kids, they have been died because they were not habitual to these kind of extreme weathers. That's why government has also basically क्या बोलते हैं criticized for the same thing कि how in minus of 50-degree temperature you are taking the newly recruited Agniveer. So that's what government has also criticized. Government has been also criticized for that. Services has been criticized for that. So because of different things, these Agniveer and Central Armed Police Forces is in news, so automatically it becomes important from examination perspective. Second important news, FSSAI, that is your Food Standard Safety of India. They have also given a very strict remarks to the companies, because which companies nowadays, what companies are doing is that कि let's say there is a mixture of some of the herbs, okay? So what they are saying that this is a herbal tea, flower tea. So these kind of fake and misleading services are done by these brands. So FSSAI clearly said that any particularly product in which you are mentioning the term tea, ठीक है, actually it should be from the genesis of your tea, yani ki it should be either the direct camellis or this this is a scientific name of tea, either it should be directly linked with that genes of plant or sub part of that tea, yani ki either should be the direct tea or sub variety of tea should be there. Agar if the tea and tea sub parts or varieties are not present in that product, you can't write that it as you can't write on that particular brand tea. If you will going to write on that just a flower tea, if you're writing it as a flower tea and there is no particularly variety or sub variety of flowers or tea is present in that tea, in that particularly product, then you will be charged with penalties, and if you're not following the penalties, you can also lead up to your that can also lead up to you in jail. So these are some of the important news from your FSSAI is important, Competition Commission of India is important, Tea is important, Tea Board of India is important. So these are the 4 to 5 things which becomes important from this current affair also. So we will going to do a detailed analysis of such current affairs. Now let us start with the current affair. Here you can see a very beautiful crochet, and now this crochet is basically from India, and this is the art which is not very new to the country, but recently if you will see in Instagram and all the social networking site, this art is very famous. Foreigners are also crocheting your क्या बोलते हैं, these sweaters and these particularly tops and sweatshirts, handkerchiefs and your decor home decors mein, these things are becoming very famous, and in this particularly process we have also tried to give GI tag to one of the particularly Indian based crochet products. So what is the news is Narsapur crochet lace craft renowned in the Godavari region of Andhra Pradesh has been granted the GI tag. So from here the GI tag becomes very important, and this year lot of products has been given GI tag. So please make sure you are aware of every GI tag which has been given this year, because automatically these things becomes very important from examination point of view. Now number 1. Now, first of all, GI tag is important. Ki what is the GI tag? Which product has been given GI tag? What is GI tag? This is the stuff. Second thing which is important, ki this product has been given a GI tag under the initiative that is one district, one product. And this one district, one product initiative was originally started from UP. So UP has came up with an initiative that we will going to promote 75 products from 75 districts of UP, and we will try to improve the market of those products nationally also, in state also, nationally also, and internationally also. And that one district, one product initiative of UP was such a successful thing that this particularly scheme has been later implemented to your all part of the country. That's why this particularly GI tag is also because of promotion of product of this crochet under one district, one product. So this is the part of one district, one product. Now let us see what is the characteristic of this basically crochet art. So Narsapur crochet lace refers to a traditional handmade crochet which is specifically made in this region of Godavari, basically Godavari river. So the people, the women's which are actually crafting this lace is actually living around basically your Godavari basin. So from this article, Godavari and its tributary also become important from examination perspective. So what is Godavari? What are the tributaries of Godavari? Which are the left bank tributaries, yani the rivers which are joining from the left side of Godavari, the rivers which are joining from the right side of the Godavari, that is which of the following are the right bank tributaries of Godavari, plus what is the catchment area of Godavari, second, which of the following dams are present on the Godavari. Everything becomes important from examination perspective, plus there is also some of the river disputes which are going on the Godavari, that also becomes important from examination point of view. So from this article, number one district, one product is important. Number two, the GI tag. Number three, the which product has been given the GI tag, that becomes important. Number four, the Godavari river becomes important from examination point of view. And the fifth article which is important here is, recently, according to the data of the government, the IPR, that is the intellectual property registrations, are increasing in the country. Yani ki on an average, more than your 10 lakh registrations have been done specifically to get patent under your IPR rights. So that means we are shifting to more and more R&D and innovation. Yani ki we are shifting more and more towards research and development and innovation. So that is also one of the article which is associated with this article only. So it is a it's a basically distinctive textile art which has been present in this region from your 150 years. Yani ki this is present here from the last 150 years, which are different kind of patterns which you will see here. Now, how it has been established in India. The history of this art becomes also important from examination perspective, because they can ask you in a GI tag rather than in match the following, rather than asking in match the following format, they can ask you in a statement based format. If the XYZ GI tag product, these are the characteristics. Historically, it has been started by this and this person in the country. So these kind of questions can also be asked in a statement based format. So let us see what is the history of this basically crochet. So actually it was started around 1844, that is mid 19th century in India, and it was introduced by a Scottish lady. Okay? A Scottish woman was actually, she has started teaching this crochet to the Indian people, to the Indian women around 1844, that is in the mid 19th century, and it was also part of your Christian missionary where they work on enlightenment. They believe that Indian people are not enlightened, they need education, they need an enlightenment process, they need to be learn lot of skill and that skill and developmental things. So that's why this was also part of their Christian missionary initiative. So in mid 19th century, around 1844, this crochet was introduced in the Western Godavari region by a Scottish lady under your Christian missionary program, and from there, specifically women's from the farming communities, they have started working on this initiative of basically crochet, and from there it has started in the country. So it is not something very new. Now one more thing, this is very common in the army areas. Yani ki the women of the army personals, majority of the time, just say I am from the army background, so I have saw myself this trend. So majority of the women of the army people, they are just like free after 11 or 12, like they are doing their all household chores and sending their kids to school, and after every household chores ke baad majorly they are free. Okay? So there is a unit, or there is a afwa. It's not a rumor, or there is a association which is present in the army areas, that is afwa. So what does afwa do? What afwa does do is actually they train women in crochet, handicraft, knitting, or making such products so that they can utilize their time in such kind of creativity, and if they want to sell that outside, they can sell it also. So my mother have learned all these from the army, from these AFA centers, because this is the particularly provisions, or this is the skill development initiative which is actually specific specifically for the women of the army men's कि they are free for and army men's का क्या है, they are going to the forces, like they are going to the office around 4 to 5 a.m. and they're coming back around 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They don't have any fixed time of coming back to the home. If you are living with your family, if you're not living away with the family, so you are 24/7, you are in a office mode. But yes, so because of which a longer time period is there when women are just free. So to make them learn about these things or these knitting, and my mother has also learned crochet and these things from these AFWA centers. So these, now this the same thing we are implementing in for the normal women and normal basics, specifically for the women. And these are not only the women who are doing this crochet, men's are also equally doing this crochet. But yes, it is highly preferable in the women's session, and it was started in this region from around your mid 19th century, that is 1844. Now, what is the importance of this basically crochet? How it will going to help? Obviously, it will going to boost the economy. How it will going to boost the economy? Because this crochet product from Narsarpur lace, they are not only exported, they are not only limited to the country, but they are also exported to the countries like UK, USA, France and Japan. So these craft are basically admired by these people, and majority of the crochet products which we are creating in this your Narsapur district is actually exported to your majorly 4 countries, that is UK, USA, France and Japan. So this is the importance of such kind of things, such kind of GI product. If you are giving any product a GI tag, first of all, it will going to directly affect the economical aspect of that product. Now, obviously, it will going to also help in women empowerment. More and more women can be included in this. So more and more women will get opportunity, and it will going to improve the social status of women in the society and in that area. So these are the benefits which you will see. Obviously, it is part of your one district, one product, which we have discussed. Recently, it has been given GI tag. Now, our GI tags are permanent? So answer is no. GI tag is given for 10 years. Then they have to revive. Then they have to reapply for the GI tags. So what is the first product, Indian product, which has been given GI tag? That is the Darjeeling tea. Now, which state has the highest GI product? I have already given you the homework. Now, if you have not done that as a homework, you have to do it again. That which Indian state has the highest number of GI product? Which of the authority which is responsible for this? Export Promotion Council for Handicraft, yani ki the authority which is sending this crochet product internationally is your Export Promotion Council for Handicraft. Let us see what is this body is. So it's a statutory body which comes under Ministry of Textile. So UPSC can ask you, consider the following statements related to Export Promotion Council of Handicraft. They can give you 4 to 5 statements, and they will ask you which of the following statement is right or which of the following statement is not correct. So, first of all, what is your EPCH? So, it's a statutory body. It is under the Ministry of Textile, means it has been created by an act. Next, it acts as a bridge between exporting community, yani ki if I have created some handicraft and I want to create a market, not nationally but internationally also. So which organization I will going to approach? That is your EPCH, which will going to act as a bridge between me and the international country where I want to send my handicraft products. I'm so sorry. So, EPCH act as a bridge between the export community and the government, helping to project India's image as a reliable supplier of quality handicrafts globally. Plus, 10,000 members exporters are dealing with EPCH, and majority of the people in the country, they have got benefit. They got benefit from the through the organization, that is your EPCH, which is helping in the export of the products or the handicrafts which is created by the Indian people. And obviously India mein handicraft is beautifully created in different regions. We have different handicrafts. So more than 10,000 members are associated with this, and they are getting benefit of because of this EPCH. Their products are exported internationally. So this is also one of the important aspect which you will see. So from this article, Why I'm repeating again and again, because this is the trend which we have saw in UPSC. If article is on, let's say, this crochet, UPSC might not ask you directly about this crochet. They can ask you about the different things which are associated with this, like from this article. First of all, obviously this crochet lace become important. Second, your GI tag become important. One more thing, recently the first shipment of your Indian Indie lime. Indie lime is a particularly lime which has been get GI tag from your Karnataka, and the first shipment, the very first shipment of this Indie lime has been sent to Oman. Now why Oman? Because recently we have signed a free trade agreement with Oman. So two free trade agreements become very important this year from paper perspective. Number one, India Oman FTA, which we have signed, and more than this, what is important is India New Zealand free trade agreement, which we have signed recently. So these two free trade agreements become very important, because after this, lot of GI products, lot of these artisans and these products have been started exporting to these countries. That's why this becomes very important from examination perspective. Now, one of the GI tag from Karnataka, that is the Indie lemon, which has been got a GI tag in 2019 approx, which the first shipment, first export we have did in Oman of Indie lime, which has been given a GI tag from India after your India Oman free trade agreement. So this becomes very important from examination perspective. So number one, GI tag, and you're about the crochet. Number two, the Godavari river. Number three, the Godavari river, historical aspect which will come in the crochet itself. One district, one product becomes important. And what is the Export Promotion Council of Handicraft? So from this one article, we can cover 5 to 6 static things. So that's why this is also one of the approach to study current affairs. So that's it for this. So this is the first article which you will see. Now, the next article. Achha, one more thing which was actually hitting my mind related to GI tag, but I'm not able to recall that. Chalo, if I remember, I will let you know. Now, the next article is related to these 3 cities of Punjab, which has been given the status of holy cities. So, Punjab has officially declared Amritsar, Anandpur Sahib, and Talwandi Sabo as a holy cities due to their deep Sikh heritage, as each host one of the faith's 5 takht. So from this article, which are the things becomes very important from examination perspective. First of all, which of the cities which has been given this status? Number 2, Sikhism, which becomes important from examination perspective. Sikhism and aspects of Sikhism. Number 3, the takhts. What is these takht? UPSC can ask you in this match the following context. And all the 10 gurus who were considered or who were responsible for properly establishing of this Sikh community. So from this article, these 4 to 5 things becomes important from examination perspective. Now obviously Sikhism is also particularly one of the religious belief which has been started in the country, and to some extent people say that it was also influenced with your Sufism and Bhaktism. So this is also that Sikhism was also slightly influenced with these two particularly communities, but yes, Sikhism is something which is believed that there is a monotheistic religion, yani there is only one religion we should follow, and it was originated in Punjab region around your 15th century, and it is the 5th largest religion in the world, which is followed by the people with over 25 million people. They are following the principle of Sikh, the disciplines and learners of the Sikh. Now there are 5 Ks of Sikh. It is not that important from examination perspective, but yes, there are 5 Ks of Sikh. Now what is the K? Is your K for Kesh. Kesh means hair. Then K for Kangha. Kangha means comb. Then K for Kirpan, the particularly kind of a knife type structure which these particularly Sikh people they carry. Then other is Kachera, the pant, and the kada, that is the particularly kada they wear in your hand. So majority of the Punjabis, the proper Sikh, where you will see they are carrying these 5 Ks, that is known, that is Kesh, Kangha, Kirpan, Kachera, and your basically Kada. So these are the particularly things which are associated with your Sikhism, which was started around 15th of century, which was equally influenced by Bhakti and Sufism, and it is a monotheistic religion, which is the majorly fifth largest religion of the world, या practice religion of the world. Now, who founded this religion? Obviously, this becomes very important from examination perspective. Founded by Guru Nanak Dev Ji in 15th of century. He was one of the gurus who have established this culture in Punjab, and from Punjab, it has been shifted to the another part of the country. So, evolved through 10 gurus and were influenced by Bhakti and Sufi tradition. We have already discussed this. Under this is monotheistic. Yani ki they are promoting devotion of one God, and they believe in seva. Seva means that you need to give lot of services, humanity services to the basically people, either it's food, either it's by disaster, any time. That's why you will see these people are the Sikh people may community may humanity and the charity is one of the very common things. Seva bhav is very common. Why? Because it has been taught in their religion to do your seva. Now, why Sikhism also becomes important? Because recently the 350th anniversary of your, if I'm not wrong, Guru Tej Bahadur Singh Ji has also been celebrated. So from that also all the 10 Sikh Gurus becomes important from examination perspective. Then these 3 cities have been given the holy city tag. Then the particularly and from this article plus there are some more few articles which are related to Punjab Sikhism only. So because of which Sikhism becomes important this year from paper. So let us see what are these 5 takht. 5 takht are the priority basis pe you can say the important places of the Sikhism. The seats of authority. So there are 5 takhts which are associated with Sikhism, and number 1 is your basically Akal Takht, that is basically the Amritsar, Punjab, and it is the supreme seat, believed to be the supreme seat of your Sikhism. That is the Akal Takht, which is supreme seat established by Guru Har Gobind Singh Ji in 1606, and it is actually union of temporal, miri and spiritual piri authority. So first takht, that is the superior takht, Akal Takht, which is present in Amritsar, Punjab. If it is asked in statement based question, first takht kahan pe hai, where it is, that is in Amritsar, Punjab. Now the second Takht Shri Keshgarh Sahib, that is present in Anandpur Sahib, Punjab, and Anandpur Sahib is also important because in internal security, when we will study the problem of Khalistan, or basically when we will study the problem of Punjab, in that one of the problem is related to Khalistan. The particularly people, the Punjab people were demanding for a separate status. At that time there was a resolution which was established, that is known as Anandpur Sahib resolution. We have also studied this in our internal security class, but yes, Anandpur Sahib resolution is also important from examination perspective this year. So second takht is in Takht Shri Keshgarh Sahib, which is present in Anandpur Sahib, Punjab, and where Guru Gobind Singh founded your Khalsa. This is also very important. Second, now the third Takht Shri Patna Sahib, which is present in Patna, Bihar, Guru Gobind Singh Ji birthplace. Then Takht Sachkhand Huzur Sahib, that is in Nanded, Maharashtra, where Guru Gobind Singh Ji was cremated. And Takht Shri Damdama Sahib, that is in Talwandi Sabo, Punjab, which has also been given the status of holy city. So Anandpur, Amritsar and Talwandi Sabo, which has been given the particularly status of holy city in Punjab. And all the 3 cities are important because all the 3 cities are holding your takht. So fifth takht is present in your Punjab, and the Guru Gobind Singh Ji finalized the Guru Granth Sahib here. So that's why these 5 takhts become important. They can also be asked in a statement based form. They can also be asked in the match the following, ki how these 5 particularly takhts are associated with your Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So this is very important. Please make sure you are aware of these particularly 5 things. Now, about the 5 takhts, the 5 Ks and the 5 takht. Okay? Now we are moving to the next particular, basically 10 Sikh Gurus. Earlier UPSC used to ask about these kind of a question, and majorly nowadays it is also asked in state services. ki who arranged the gurus according to the chronology or according to their year. So we should be aware, we should aware of the particularly chronology of the gurus. So who was the first guru, who was the second guru, who was the third guru, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. So you should be aware of the chronology of the gurus because it was asked in UPSC. So UPSC used to ask this question, I guess 2015-16 ke around they have asked such kind of a question in paper. So we should be aware of the chronology of the gurus which were present and the work which was done by them. So first was here Guru Nanak Dev Ji. 1469 to 1539, he was founder of the Sikhism. He has basically put the establishment, or he has put the ground, or you can say the set of your Sikhism, who believe in the oneness of God. He was the founder of your Naam Jap, Kirtar Karni, Vand Chakna. So these are the basically majorly things which are associated with Sikhism. In short, the establishment of Sikhism was done by your Guru Nanak Dev Ji. That was around 1469 to 1539. Now one more thing which is not majorly mentioned here, but it is equally important. Who was the king, or whose empire was there during these Sikh gurus' time? So it's your homework. You have to mention who were the empires, which empires were present in India when these Sikh gurus were existed. Plus, many of the Sikh gurus has been executed or exiled by your Aurangzeb. So that is also a very important part of this. So you have to basically do it as an homework. These Sikh gurus were present during which empire? That is also the homework for you guys. So Guru Angad Dev Ji, he was present around 1504 to 1552. He was responsible for developing your Guru Mukhi script, and he has actually one of the principal person of teaching your Sikhism, that is to promoting Sikh teaching. Third is your Guru Amar Das Ji, 1479 to 1574. He has started the langar system, which is actually present in almost every Gurudwaras. So he was the founder of or strengthener of your langar system. He also basically helped in abolishing sati and parda system from the community. So he was not only the admirer or the basically preacher of your Sikhism, but he was also individual who has actually against the sati pratha and parda system and promoted women equality, and he was also created a manji system for administration. So Guru Nanak Ji, Guru Angad Ji, Guru Amar Das Ji. Then we have your Guru Ramdas Ji, that is present from 1534 to 1581, and he was the founder of Amritsar. So they can ask you about the Amritsar, ki Amritsar is the holy city, theek hai, Punjab has recognized it, but they can ask you who among the following was the founder of Amritsar. So the founder of Amritsar was Guru Ramdas Ji. So that's why it was earlier known as Ramdaspur, but later it has been, the name has been changed to your Amritsar. So founded Amritsar, emphasized your humanity and community services and devotional hymn. Then Guru Arjan Dev Ji, 1563 to 1666. He compiled the Adi Granth, which is Guru Granth Sahib, later called as, built Harmandir Sahib, the golden temple. The first Sikh martyr can be seen here. So Amritsar was established by whom? Guru Ramdas Ji. And your golden temple has been established by whom? That is basically Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Next, Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, that is present in 1595 to 1644. He introduced Miri Piri doctrine, which is actually spiritual plus authoritative thing. So these are the next three gurus: Guru Ramdas Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Guru Hargobind Ji. Arjan Dev become very important because recently we have celebrated 350th anniversary. Guru Haram Ji, he maintained Sikh military. He was present around 1630 to 1661. Guru Harkishan Ji, 1656 to 1664. Youngest guru, he was symbol of service and humanity. So who was the youngest guru? That is your Guru Harkrishan Ji. Guru Tej Bahadur, it was Guru Tej Bahadur Ji ka jinka we have celebrated 350th anniversary, not Arjan, Guru Tej Bahadur. So 1621 to 1675, he was specifically क्या बोलते हैं, work for the religious freedom, and Aurangzeb said that if you have capacity, Aurangzeb have challenged him कि I will going to convert your religion, but he has given challenge to Aurangzeb कि if you have capacity, if you have that much potential, if you will going to convert me, then all I am guaranteeing you that all of my followers will going to convert themselves into Muslim. So this was a very strong message which was given by him, but obviously he was not able to convert him into Muslim, because of which he was actually executed in your Delhi. That's why we have a Gurudwara over there, that is your Sheesh Ganj Sahib. Just give me a second. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry. So we have celebrated the 350th anniversary of Guru Tej Bahadur Ji and Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who was actually known for the establishment of Khalsa Panth, and he declared Guru Granth Sahib as an eternal Guru. So these are the people, 10 Sikh Gurus, which are associated with your basically Sikhism, and this becomes important from examination perspective, because we have recently celebrated the 350th anniversary of Guru Tej Bahadur Singh Ji as a Shahidi Divas. Then we have celebrated Veer Bal Divas, which is also related to Shahidi Veer Bal Divas. Then these particularly 3 cities have been recognized as a holy city of the Punjab. So from here, from all the perspective, the things become very important from examination perspective. Your homework is that you have to mention, you have to write which of the following empire or emperor was present during their time period. So this is the thing. Now let us see the next article. You can see the strings are associated with the hand, they are attached with the hand, and they are forced to click on a particularly button. So this is a button. Now this is a trap which government or which authorities have focused nowadays on, and this trend is known as dark pattern. Now what is a dark pattern? We will discuss here. So Ministry of Consumer Affairs, in proactively addressing the complaints regarding innovative dark patterns on e-commerce and digital platforms. So from this article, it becomes important ki what is dark pattern. Now, let's say in a hypothetical situation, I am just surfing something online, and I just gone through a product and it is present in any XYZ famous sites of e-commerce. So what I have did, I have entered, let's say I have started searching for that product, and first they will going to create emergency, basically they will going to create an urgency ki ठीक है, only one product is left now, if you're not going to take, it will going to ये only 50% discount, ये discount, वो discount. These are specifically related to e-commerce market. So what happened, they will going to create the urgency, because of which sometime people they have to unintentionally, people also buy some extra stuff, जैसे buy one get one free. ठीक है, these are the patterns which you will see, buy one get one free, buy one get three free, so free, because of which people they actually क्या बोलते हैं, fill their cards and forcefully without कि भाई knowing the fact कि भाई ये तो already इतने कम में ही होगा, अगर हम normally we will going to buy, but उस एक urgency create होती है, because of which we are unintentionally also we are buying lot of products. So this is the trap, which is misleading trap, which is created by the e-commerce sector, and Ministry of your Consumer Affairs has strictly said that we will going to address this problem, because lot of complaints have been filed by the people by these e-commerce markets or e-commerce products business they are creating, and because of which people are suffering. So this is what actually dark pattern, majorly it is associated with your mains perspective, but if the UPSC can ask you that the term dark pattern recently seen in news related to what, they can give you the 4 definitions of different things, and they will ask you which of the following definition is closely associated with dark pattern. So now let us see what is the definition of dark pattern. Dark pattern, also known as deceptive pattern, are a manipulative design techniques used in digital interfaces to to trick or pressure users into taking actions they did not intend, such as making unintended purchasing, signing up for unwanted services, or sharing excessive personal data. So one of the major concern is not actually you're taking the services. One of the major concern is sometimes these basically fake websites, what they do, they actually by creating these kind of urgency, they are taking your personal data and they are not reverting you back. So that is not these this thing is not even the concern. What is the major concern is that in these and urgency which has been created, many of the people, they actually give their personal data, details and bank details to them, and then they are vanished. They are shoe for the market. So that is the major concern for the particularly authorities, and this is the major complaint by the consumers कि बोले कि करो करो फटाफट करो वरना ये ऑफर चला जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा. तो हमने सारे अपना इन्फॉर्मेशन दे दिया, वी हैव गिवन द ऑल द जितनी भी उन्होंने बैंक डिटेल्स फिल करने की कही हमने फिल कर दी, पेमेंट भी प्रोसेस होगी, बट देन उसके बाद कोई भी सर्विसेज नहीं मिली या फिर वो मार्केट से ही गायब हो गए. सो दिस इज द मेजर कंसर्न कि योर पर्सनल डेटा हैज ऑल्सो बीन गॉन, समटाइम योर मनी हैज ऑल्सो बीन taken, and these personal data, sometimes money is also not taken, only data is taken, and this data is actually sold in the market, and this is what known as big data. Because in this virtual world we are saying that data is the real gold. So that is the concern. So this is the definition of basically your dark pattern, and this was coined by your Harry Bringnell in 2010, and these tactics were actually there to exploit the business of the different person in the market, because this is also the competitive thing which you will see. Let's say Amazon is saying that itna percent off hai. You notice the same thing when there is Diwali season, which is whenever there is a Diwali season. So Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, all these particularly organizations, all these e-commerce sectors, what they will do, they will come up with these kind of offers, and they will continuously going to message you and email you, hurry up वरना मिस हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा, iPhone का cost is this and this हो गया, तो फिर वरना ही मिस हो गया तो तुम्हारी opportunity मिस हो जाएगी, and because of which the urgency is created and unintentionally we are going and buying that product. So this is the concern which you will see associated with this dark pattern. Now what are the common types of dark pattern which you will see? False urgency, unnecessary urgency is created, that is one kind of thing which you will see. ठीक है. Subscription trap, कि making it easy to sign up services and you're subscribing things कि ठीक है नहीं. First of all they will say it's an easy platform. Majorly whenever we create any CVs online with a different template, so they will say it's a free of cost. When you will going to fill all your data, whenever you will going to final, it's like you download your CV, then they will ask you to pay 190, 300, 450 according to the or according to the app which you are using. So this is also one of the subscription trap which you will see. So number one is false urgency, number 2 is subscription trap, number 3 basket sneaking, कि if you will going to add this much extra, so you will get this much kind of a concession. So अभी majorly it happens in Zomato also, Blinkit also, कि Blinkit में they always ask you if you also add 49-50 rupees products, then your delivery will be free. So and it's there is nothing a product, there is very limited products which will going to cost you at this amount. Either you have to basically buy 2 to 3 products, or you have to basically buy products somewhere around 60-70 rupees. So these kind of a false ki haan bhaiya if it will be added the free delivery will be provided. So this is also a trap which you will see. So basket sneaking, adding extra items, services or donation will going to help you. Then confirm shaming, using guilt inducing languages like no thanks, I hate saving money. जैसे Zomato का there is also particularly what is the name of that stand-up comedian? He has also cracked some joke related to these particularly authorities of Zomato. He was present, Samay Raina, he was there, and he said that ki the kind of messages, अच्छा चाय पी लो बारिश हो रही है. So these kind of messages are also sent to you कि हाँ चलो भाई आप भी एकदम से वो अलग mind hit करता है कि हाँ यार पी ही लेते हैं चाय बारिश हो रही है हाँ खा ही लेते हैं समोसे. So these kind of taglines are also one of the pattern of a dark trap in particularly this business. Then your drip pricing कि हाँ भाई the particularly this is the cost, but if you will going to take this तो इतने time period में your price will be reduced. So this is the particularly trap. Interface interference, manipulating UI elements to highlight the certain choices, and nagging. ठीक है, pop-ups, notification, continuously they will going to send you messages on your phone and notifications and email that at the end of the day you will be like कि खरीद ही लेता हूँ. So this is the particularly kind of dark patterns which you will see in the system. So these are the dark patterns, these are the common types of dark patterns which you will see. What is the regulatory status? So in India we are coming up with article and the name of the rules and regulation, and the name of the rule is basically your guidelines for prevention and regulation of dark pattern 2023, and it officially prohibit 13 type of such dark pattern practices which are practiced in country, and we are also treating it as unfair trade practices. So this is why the if UPSC will going to ask you, there is no such dark pattern rules and regulation are provided. So there is a guidelines which are provided under 2023 guidelines for prevention of regulation of dark pattern, which prohibit 13 specific practices which are actually making the market unfair. And in June 2025, we have also mandated that these e-commerce platform has to go with your self-audit so that they cannot, or they are not, to make sure that they are not following these kind of dark pattern practices. This is the particularly act which you will see. Then Europe also have same kind of regulating act, and the name is your Digital Fairness Protection Act, under which they are making sure the one whosoever the individual is using these digital platforms, they are digitally protected. Then United Nations have also basically act, they have trick or trap subscription is there, and they are also they are also finding penalties on the individual or the companies who are playing these kind of dark pattern traps. But at the end of the day, these are the tricks of the business. If you're not doing such and tips and tricks to the people, definitely your business will going into vain. So this is also the thing. But yes, if you're doing it on extreme way, then definitely it is a false practices according to the Dark Pattern Act in the country. Now let us see the next article. Parvati Arga Bird Sanctuary, this is a bird sanctuary in Agra, that is in UP, has been given the particularly status. So government has declared the Parvati Arga Bird Sanctuary of Uttar Pradesh as a eco-sensitive zone. Sorry, no, not in Agra. Sorry, it is not in Agra, it is basically in Gonda district of UP. So Parvati Agra district, the particularly by bird sanctuary which is present in your Gonda district of UP, has been given the status of eco-sensitive zone. Yani we need to going to protect on the these particularly sensitive zone. We need to work on the protection of the birds and species which are present in this region. So it's a freshwater lake, it's a oxbow lake which is named. So it's a permanent freshwater environment consisting of two oxbow lakes, that is Parvati and Arga. So from here it is equally important what is oxbow lake, because these two which has been given the eco-sensitive zone, these are also basically oxbow lake. Plus Bihar recently Gogabeel has also been given the status of UNESCO Ramsar site, that is also basically a oxbow lake. So all the features, all the characteristics of oxbow lake becomes very important from examination perspective. So your homework is you have to study what is oxbow lake and all the features which are associated with these oxbow lake, and it is designated as Ramsar site also. So this is the important aspect which you will see. Now what are the species which are majorly found here? So three species, the vulture species which are critically endangered in the country, they can be seen in this Parvati Agra sanctuary which is present in your Gonda district of UP. So seen critically endangered white-rumped vulture, that is known as Gyps bengalensis, Indian vulture, that is Gyps indicus, and the endangered Egyptian vulture, that is Nephron persenopetrus. So the persenopetrus, these are the three kind of vulture species which are also found here. Plus we have also invasive species which are found here, that is water hyacinth is also found here. We have dedicated a specific current affair class for this invasive species. What are invasive species? What are the threats we are facing because of these invasive species? And what are the different kind of invasive species which are found in our country? Because this is also one of the important topics of UPSC, because time to time UPSC is asking question from this topic, that is invasive species. So all the three your vulture species can be seen in this region, And invasive species are also found, like your water house hyacinth. What is basically your invasive species? You have to revise that by yourself. So this is the article. Now let us see the next article. This is related to Himachali hemp. It is actually somewhere looks like marijuana. That is the marijuana, which is actually illegal in the country, but under your National Narcotic Psychotropic Substances Act. But some of the provisions, if and buts, are present there. But we are not talking about marijuana right now. We are talking about your industrial hemp, which looks like marijuana. Kind of, it is part of the family of marijuana, but it is not directly a marijuana. So Himachal Pradesh has legalized and initiated regulated cultivation of industrial hemp. This is the industrial hemp under Green to Gold initiative. So here we will see what is the characteristics of these industrial hemps, which looks like marijuana, but actually it's not marijuana, and it is very important for medicine and cosmetic industry. Chaliye, let us see what is the article is all about. So, industrial hemp is basically non-intoxicating variety, yani ki it is not toxicating your body like your marijuana. So, it's a industrial hemp is a non-intoxicating variety of your cannabis sativa cultivated for fiber, seed and biomass. One more important thing, these industrial hemps are also used in creating bioethanol. So biofuel banane ke liye bhi, to make biofuel, these industrial hemps are used, and UPSC has asked question like this ki which of the following, like crop, maize, residues of XYZ, they have given you 5-6 options, and then they have asked question ki which of the following is used to create bioethanol. So same such questions can be asked. If repeated, it can be asked like this ki if industrial hemp is also mentioned there, and they will ask you which of the following above given substances or products or crops are used for basically making of biofuel. So industrial hemp is also one of the answer from those substances which are given. So this is the particularly thing which is also used in creating biomass with your tetrahydrocarbonyl level which is below 0.3%, making it unsuitable for drug use. Yani ki the particularly tetrahydrocannabinol, the level is very less in this, that's why it is not effective for your as a drug consuming thing. So tetrahydrocarbonyl THC, that is content which is below 0.3%, making it unsuitable for drug use. Please, this is a very important statement. UPSC can ask you in this statement base as a trap thing. Please don't get confused here. Now, industrial hemp, which is also known as your cannabis sativa L, it's basically looks like marijuana, but mainly it is very different properties. So it is related to marijuana, but with the different properties, because the THC level is below 0.3%. It can't be used for the drug industry. It can't be used as a drug consumption. That is very important. So while marijuana is rich with tetrahydrocarbonyl, the psychotropic component, the hemp contains only the smallest traces of THC, that is less than 0.3%. That's why it is herbaceous, dioecious, and it is belonging to your cannabis genus, but with a limited kind of characteristics like marijuana. It is not psychotropic. It will not going to create any kind of psychotropic hallucination in the mind. So it's high in fiber and low active in tetrahydrocarbonate. That's why it is also used in basically your weight loss management industry. So this is also one of the thing. It is majorly native to Central and South Asia, but dhire dhire it has been grown to the other parts of the country as an invasive species. But it is native to Central and South Asia, used in textile industry, rope industry, paper industry and medicine industries. Now here the drug means that the different drug, that it cannot be used as a psychotropic substance, but it can be used in the medicinal drug industry. So it is used in textile industry, ropes, making ropes, paper and medicines, and now it will going to be it has been legalized in country also. But yes, there are other countries which have also legalized its growing. Which other countries are now legally cultivated across parts of Europe, North America and Asia. Despite it is actually native to India, matlab native to Asia, now it is also grown legally in your parts of Europe, North America and Asia. So if UPSC asks you in a statement case question, it is only native to this region and only produced in majorly in Asian region? So answer is no. Now it is legally grown in the other parts of country also, like your Europe and North America. What are the key characteristics? This is very important. They can ask you, they can give you these characteristics, and they can ask you the above given paragraph or above given characteristics talks about which species. So name of the species is. What are the key characteristics of this industrial hemp? It requires 50% less than water than cotton, which is grown in basically normal soil. It can be harvested in 70 to 140 days. So the harvest cycle is 70 to 140 days. It suppresses weeds and improves soil structure via deep roots. So it presents a deep roots, because of which it improves the soil quality. Then suitable for fiber, oil seed and dual purposes use. So they can give you the characteristics, and they will ask you, this is majorly native to South America, South Asia, and it is legally grown in this region, matlab North America and Europe, and plus it is majorly present in Himachal Pradesh. Which of the following the above characteristics talks about what? So the answer is your cannabis Latvia or your industrial hemp. So this is the answer. These are the characteristics which you will see they are getting. It is a lightweight material. What are the applications of this? So it is a lightweight, so it is used. One more thing, it is also grown in a particularly areas because it is a very good carbon, क्या बोलते हैं, it also basically takes carbon, yani कि it will going to help in the help to decrease the emission of carbon. ठीक है, so it is also very good absorbent, yani it will going to absorb the carbon, the negative gas which is present in the environment, which is actually responsible for the global warming. So it will also going to absorb the carbon which is present in the environment. So that's why it is also grown as an alternative for that, for the sustainable building. So what are the applications of this? So it's a lightweight insulating material that absorbs more carbon than its emit, which offers a carbon negative alternative for sustainable development. Yani कि it will not going to emit that much carbon. It's not like that कि it doesn't emit carbon. It emits carbon, but absorption of the carbon is good as compared to emission. That's why it is very good for carbon negative target. Next, it provides a low impact pulp source which is required free chemicals to enable recyclable. That's why it is biodegradable substance. Second, it is also the hemp can be extracted for the oil and the various products. That's why it is very useful for the oil and extract business of medicines and pain relief. It is also having the characteristics of anti-inflammatory applications without any psychotropic effect. So it is that's why it is important. It has anti-inflammatory things. That's why whenever you will go in the these forest areas or majorly in this mountain areas, the local people, they don't take medicines for their majorly for their wounds. They will going to क्या बोलते pluck any of the herbs from the forest. They will going to rub that and they will going to basically apply on the wound. So the wound, this is also one of the thing which you will see. And hemp is also one of the product which is used in pain relief, and it is also used as an anti-inflammatory substance. So hemp, you can see it is also, its oil is also used for making various skin friendly creams and lotion and the hair product, and it is also used in biomass, yani it can be converted into renewable fuels. So these are the important applicants which are associated with this. Please make sure you are not getting confused here, because UPSC can ask you about these particularly things. Now, the another article is related to your sand mining. So, National Green Tribunal recently dismissed an appeal challenging the cancellation of environment clearance granted to the sand mining in the river Dasan in Jhansi district. So, we will do this article tomorrow, because already 12 has been, there is a 12, 12 baj gaye, already session has been end. We will going to discuss these articles tomorrow. Please be regular with the current affairs, because we will going to see all the important articles which are there, 2 to 3 articles we will going to see here which are important. We will going to continue these articles, and we will going to add some more new articles in the list. So that's all for today. Hope so you have learned this session. Yes, after so long we have started this session, but please be regular with the sessions, because a lot of important things are there. We will going to discuss all the important articles which are equally important for 2026 and 7 as well. And plus we are also starting our open prelims test series, free test series from January 4th. Please make sure if you are giving 2026 examination, do follow the test series, do solve the test series, because we are actually trying to make the questions which are high highly impactful for the examination perspective, that is 2026 prelims. So from the 4th of January, we are also starting our basically session, our free test series. Do follow that test series also. All the best. Please take care. No, but I will not going to stop the live classes. Actually, we will going to continue these live classes. Don't worry.